Truly a sight to behold. The man beat the once great champ, now a study in moppishness. No longer the victory-hungry stallion we've raced so many times before, but a pathetic, washed-up, aged ex-champion.
All right, let's go.
I think you know the guy. And I think you know him pretty damn well. His name is
Izzy Presley.
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 What's my name? Say my name, bitch!
My good friend, Izzy Presley.
Izzy Presley.
Izzy Presley.
Izzy Presley. Ouch!
Izzy Presley. Whoa, that sounds a little weird.
Izzy Presley.
Izzy Presley.
Izzy Presley, the heaviest, girthiest rock DJ around.
Hey, this is Jeff LaBar. You listen to Izzy Presley. Those aren't pillows.
Those are not pillows. Those are ass cheeks. Hello, a frigid, cold, not hot Las Vegas. Hello, world, and hello to my loyal minions. And yes, you folks that listen every week, of course. You are minions, but you are not the loyalist of the minions. Those are the fine folks on the Patreon. Patreon.com/RealIzzy Presley. That's right. And we got a couple new followers, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to give a warm welcome to Lori from Australia. That's right. Lori from Australia is in. Brad Voss is in. Aiden from Australia is in. We are up to 11 people, folks. We are up to 11 people in the Patreon. It's only $5 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee. It's less than a, oh my God, what do I have in my hand? A goddamn bear. Well, maybe not where you live, but it's definitely less than a beer here in Las Vegas. I mean, unless you go to the store and buy the tall one for 99 cents, Natty Light, who should totally be a sponsor of this show. Mick Golden Light should be a sponsor. God, that would be great. So jump on the Patreon, folks. It's only $5 a month. You get the show before everybody else. You get it ad-free on the audio side and soon to be ads on the video side. So you get that ad-free as well. That's right, kids. No ads. None whatsoever. Anyways, patreon.com/Izzy Presley. Glad to have you on. Share it with your friends. Let them know. Tell them about the rebuilding process of Another Effing Podcast. The phoenix always rises from the ashes, folks. That is right. Ooh, I forgot to take a sip of my goddamn beer. Oh, my goodness. That is goddamn delicious. What do I have coming up before we get into everything? This Wednesday night, kids, I will be in Los Angeles. I will be in Hollywood hosting Soundcheck Live, and let me pull up the flyer so I can do this properly. Pull up Steve Ferlazzo, the almighty Ferlazzo. We are teaming up with Music Cares, local shelters, and animal rescues to raise money, goods and supplies for those in the Los Angeles music community who have been affected by the recent rash of wildfires that have ravaged through the greater Los Angeles area. The event will also be live streamed on the Soundcheck Live YouTube channel. More details to follow, kids. So if you're going to be in LA on Wednesday night, as you're hearing this, if you're not one of the loyal minions on the Patreon, come on down to Soundcheck Live at Hollywood Boulevard, Lucky Strike Live, 6801 Hollywood Boulevard. Show starts at 9 o'clock, kids. It is going to be phenomenal. I'll be coming in to host that show as I do every single show that they have, unless I'm on a goddamn boat. It's going to be awesome. They have not announced anybody that is performing, but I can just imagine. I should probably click going to this. I'm not just interested, fuckers. I'm going. High class dapper Izzy will be in the hizzy. And you're going to get a serious, real hosting job out of me, Izzy Presley. Speaking of hosting two kids, it has been announced. It is live. It is real. It is good to go. The Las Vegas Guitar Trade Show is coming back, and it is coming back at the end of May. And let me give you those dates as well. May 30th through June 1st. It is going to be at the Silverton Casino. I am hosting that. Hosting all of the concerts and all of that kind of good stuff that is going on. And you'll hear me yapping over the PA at the show as well, telling everybody what is going on. It's at the Silverton Casino in the Vale Pavilion. Very cool little venue. It is obviously a fraction of the size of NAMM. But here's the good thing about it that's even better than having to walk through 14 different rooms on 9 different floors and a drum floor. You can actually buy stuff at this one. You could go to one of the booths. You can walk into Valkenburg. You can go to my good friends at the, you know what? I should probably give them a shout out as well. They make replica guitars, and they do a lot of Van Halen stuff, and they are phenomenal. Good cats, and I'm going to tell you their name right now, which you can find the link down there. Lock Custom Guitars, LOCKE customguitars.com. You can buy one of their guitars there. They have some ready. They build them there. You want to build a guitar, they can send you the shit to build right there, and you could buy it there and then walk out of the building with it because you purchased it. Unlike NAMM, where you can just look. I'm just saying. It's a good reason to come to Vegas. It's a good reason to buy a guitar. It's a good reason to see me. So that is what is going on. Of course, the Monsters of Rock cruise is going to be in March 10th, moving out of Miami. And there's still time. I believe there's still a couple of cabins available. So if you go to monstersofrockcruise.com and you can book a cabin. I know it's either sold out or it's close to sold. Just go on the website and click book a cabin or get on the waiting list and they'll get back to you. Folks, Monsters of Rock Cruise. Then in April, we have the Cruise to the Edge, which is the Prague Cruise. And Brian and myself will be on there doing our karaoke thing as we do on all of the cruises. So that is what I got coming up right now. Of course, you heard the 10 bells at the top of the show. That is because, as you all know by now, John Sykes is no longer with us. He passed away last week. I have not had a chance to get a show in by then. After then, and I apologize about that, but I mean, what's left to say, dude? John frickin' Sykes, man. What a talent. Dude, you White Snake, Tigers of Pantang, Thin Lizzy, Blue Murder, songwriter, guitar player, singer. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And it's something that came out of the blue. Apparently it was cancer. They didn't tell anybody. There's reports now, and I haven't looked, but the reports are that he actually died in December, like right around Christmas. And it was a very well-kept secret. It was obviously announced last week because the reports are the death certificate says 2024. So there you go with that. I don't know what else to say about John Sykes that hasn't been said. I never met the man. The closest I came was one of his nephews or something like that I drove in LA. I tried to connect, and that went absolutely nowhere because John just didn't do interviews. I mean, he showed up at NAM one year and did some interviews there, but that was really it. The man is gone. The legacy will live on and on and on. Of course, I did do the AVNs. We are going to talk about them in a little bit. And I have a very important question before we get to this. So I got some of this free lube. And of course, I tried it out because I'm a lonely man. And, got free lube. You got to try it out. If you accidentally get lube on your hand when you're moving the package, you don't want to waste it. I mean, it's lube. Might as well use it. I mean, it's there for a reason, right? It's there for a reason. What are we going to get into? Oh, yes, the Super Bowl is set. Yay. Chiefs and Eagles again. I do not know anybody that is actually excited about this other than Chiefs fans and Eagles fans. And as we know, a lot of those Chiefs fans are Swifties just because Tay is in the hizzy. But I don't know. I tried watching some highlights. I didn't watch either of the games. Obviously, I was pulling for the Bills because that is the fan base that has felt the same shit the Vikings fans have. 4 Super Bowls, granted theirs were all in a row. The NFC Championship losses, the AFC Championship losses, the wide left, wide right. It goes on and on and on. They've felt our pain. We've felt their pain. So obviously I was pulling for the Bills, and I did not watch the game. I did not listen to the game. I was working. It's just been working and work. It's all I do is work. I should be in bed right now, getting ready to get up and go to work. I do not get days off. And as my Patreon folks know, I took the day off on Wednesday, which was a mistake. But, it's good for the sanity every once in a while. Because I take a day off, I lose money. And I have to work. I have to work. I go to the AVNs. I was only there a couple hours. But, that's 4 hours out of my day I'm not working, and I made no money those 2 days, which is coming back to bite me in the ass. But, hey, man, it is what it is. That's not what this is about. How in the hell did I get to the Super Bowl from this? Oh, yes, I was working. I did not listen to the game, either of the games. I listened a little bit the end of the Eagles game. It was already a blowout by then. It didn't matter. And as the Chiefs and Bills were starting, the Wild game started. So I listened to the Wild game, and as soon as that Wild game was over, I flipped it on over and I caught the very end. Pardon me, I needed a sip of beer. Caught the very end of that Bills Chiefs game, and it was over when I turned it on. And like I said, I didn't watch it. I saw some highlights. They showed one of the calls. And of course, I tweeted it out at Real Izzy Presley. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and Patreon, and Venmo. I tweeted out a picture of referee Nick Patrick, and of course, all of us wrestling geeks know all about NWO and Nick Patrick and the NWO referee, blah, 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 blah. But look, here's the thing. The Chiefs can get all the calls. You still have to go out and play. This is the deal. The Chiefs are one of the best teams in football. And we can hate it all we want. I don't really hate them. I'm just meh. I think one of the reasons I don't hate the Chiefs is because they still have old school uniforms. And I respect that. As a Vikings fan, I cannot stand the Vikings uniforms. They look like USFL rejects. They're bad. I respect the Packers for the same reason. I mean, I can't stand the Packers, and most importantly, I cannot stand Packer fan. But respect that they don't change with the times. Everybody's got these futuristic looking shitty fucking jerseys, shitty uniforms. Seattle. That neon shit. Just stop. Stop. So I don't hate the Chiefs. I'm just over the Chiefs. And I just wonder how many people are going to watch the Super Bowl. I was having a conversation with somebody at the grocery after the game. He's like, bro, nobody's going to watch. I'm like, actually, they will. They will for two reasons. One, they want to see the Chiefs get beat, even though a lot of people can't stand the Eagles. Again, those fucking uniforms. Go back to the Jaworski years uniforms. Those look a lot better. Yes, I know I sound like, a fashion designer, a fashion critic, but good-looking uniforms are important to me. What can I say? And a lot of people hate the fucking Eagles because they hate the fucking Eagles fan. That is a dramatic pause, by the way. I'm sure they threw a fucking ad in there because I did a dramatic pause. But look, it's Philly. What do you expect? Dude, that's ECW territory. That's ECW fan. That's hardcore. Yeah, they threw snowballs at fucking Santa Claus. Yes, they will beat you up. Whatever. I don't like the team. I never really have. Would I hate if the Chiefs won again? No. Three-peat, that's pretty special. And that's the thing. Like, even towards the end, the last couple of years of Brady's runs, I got over the hatred. I got over the, oh, fucking Patriots, blah, blah, blah. Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. Look, he was fucking phenomenal. One of the best of all time. And I refuse to say the GOAT, because the GOAT used to be a bad thing. I hate this whole greatest of all time GOAT thing. Nah, stop it. You can say greatest of all time. Do not say GOAT. Because the GOAT used to be bad. And I miss those days. I really do. But I realized towards the end of Brady's run that it was something special. And we're never going to see that ever again. Now, we might with Kansas City. Who knows? A lot of people think that that's what they're trying to do. The league is pushing them, giving them the push. And that's why they get the calls, but all the greats get the calls. We know that in every sport. I mean, shit, if you sneezed on the other side of Chicago when you were playing the Bulls, a foul was called against whoever was closest to Jordan. We know that. We know that's how the NBA is now, and it's terrible, and it sucks, and that's another reason why I don't watch fucking basketball. Mostly because it's not a team sport anymore. It's 1-on-5. It's fucking street ball. It's just it's dunks and threes. There's no defense. You can't clothesline anybody anymore. It's no fun. Well, another reason, too, is a lot of you might know that I used to be a sports writer. And I was covering the Timberwolves. And Marcus Blunt remember it was Marcus Blount. It was the last game of the season. Timberwolves lost, of course, and a lot of the guys were cleaning out the lockers, and there was a rookie, and I can't remember what rookie it was that year. Maybe it was Randy Foy. I don't know. It wasn't Randy. He had been there already. Was getting a shoe signed by everybody on the team, and he went up to Marcus Blount and he goes, "You want to? I'm a rookie. Would you sign my shoe?" I'm having everybody sign it. He just like went and left. That's when I knew basketball was fucking disgusting. I still covered it for a few years while I was still doing it, but you do it for the experience, you do it for the exposure, and yada yada yada. And I had fun. Don't get me wrong; it was cool to be there. But that's when the bad taste really started towards basketball for me, because then I realized it's not about the crest on the front, it's about the name on the back, and that's why I love fucking hockey and baseball, because it's all about the fucking the titties. Pardon me for 1 second while I blow my nose. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have I don't care. I doubt I'll watch it, but I'm sure I probably will. Um, because that's the week that my mom is in town. How I'm gonna pull that off, I have no fucking idea. Oh yeah, speaking of that, especially to my Patreon folks, you might go a few days without a show because I do special shows just for the Patreon only kids, and because might not have internet for a few days, but we'll see about that. Anyways, that's fucking besides the point. So this weekend, I wanted to stay home. I wanted to do nothing, but I had to go out a little bit because I wanted to see these shows and I wanted to report on them for you guys. Pat Travers, who I've seen multiple times, Monsters of Rock Cruise and Monsters on the Mountain, or the Mountain Music Festival, it's called now. He was phenomenal. I got there too late. I missed John Zito, who of course is in the Count 77 band. Phenomenal player, great singer, great vibe. I've seen him before, but so I went down. I checked out a little Pat Travers. He sounded like Pat Travers. What the fuck can you say? It's Pat fucking Travers. Great for allergies. Oh, should have did that before the show. Pat's a nice guy too. I've met him. He's jammed. He played on the 1 year he was on the Monsters of Rock cruise. He played in the Cruiser Jam, which was really fucking cool. It was him and Stevie D and Russ Dwarf and two cruisers. Was it three cruisers? Might have been three. Was Chips Enough on that? I know he played something. He might have played that song. I don't fucking know. But played my guitar. It's like, fuck, just plug it straight in. Perfect. It's fucking cool. So he was great. Marty Friedman was the next night, and Patrick Kennison from Lita's band, and Nikki Stringfield, his wife, from the Iron Maidens, have an acoustic duo since they're married, and I know that's put two and two together. They're married and they both play guitar, they both sing, and oh my god, they have an acoustic duo, and they were great. They run tracks, but it's two acoustic guitars and tracks for all original stuff except for a cover at the end. It was fine. I mean, for what they're doing, they didn't have to bring out a fucking band. So it is what it is. Oh, but they were great. Marty Friedman was phenomenal. I didn't stay for the whole show either. Just fucking beat. I'm tired, broke. I wanted to stay and get shit faced, but I can't because I have to get up and work. It is what it is, man. It's not your problem, it's mine. You go until you can't go no more. But Friedman was great, and it's not a noodle fest. It's it's a band and there's songs. Not much vocals. I think there's a couple vocals here and there. But it was a, pardon me, it was a badass sound. It was a band firing on all powerful band. And that, I mean, that's like John 5 is phenomenal, but I heard it's like a guitar clinic, and that gets boring. Just he plays all the notes and then some. And trust me, Friedman played a lot of notes, but it was in a band setting. It was cool. He sounded phenomenal. I mean, of course, he's a fucking savant. Still bummed I couldn't bring that interview to you guys, but hey, man, it is what it is. Life goes on. Godspeed to you, brother. Have a great tour. So if Marty Friedman is coming to your town, make sure you check that out. So here is what we're going to do, kids. Here's what we're going to do. So I was at the AVNs, and I was there doing media, and I was getting content for you guys. That's why I lost money. For you. Why? Because I love you. And because I am dedicated to this. I am dedicated to the phoenix rising from the ashes. I am dedicated to this show, and I am dedicated to you listeners, and absolutely even more, you loyal minions in the Patreon. Patreon.com/Izzy. Real Izzy Presley. It's only $5 a month. I tell you that. And I was thinking, what am I going to do for you guys? What, am I going to just try to get a couple interviews? Well, that's going to happen. Made some connections. Somebody that I knew on Twitter that I finally met in person, and she knew who I was. And then another gal that I met, I didn't meet, but I was in the vicinity of, which I know sounds really fucking creepy, but it's not like that. Who I officially met, and she wants to come on the show too. So we're going to get a couple guests out of this. And the first one might be as early as next month. We'll see. She's going to be back in Vegas. We swap numbers, so we can maybe get her on. And I'm not going to tell you who. What fun is that? But I can tell you this. I did get about 21 bits. All different gals. And the theme of the bit, if you saw this on the Twitter or the Instagram or the Facebook, another effing podcast on Facebook, it's on there. The first gal that we got for you is where's that goddamn where is it? You would think I'd be more prepared, but you've been listening to this show long enough that preparation. Violet Voss is the very first one. And what we did, and I did this with 20 other gals, 21 bits. 20 other gals, which I'm going to be able to spread out over the year. It's not going to be every week, maybe every other week, maybe it's every week. I don't know, whatever you guys want. But I don't want to waste them all because there's 56, weeks in a year. So that's 56 shows. So maybe we spread it out every other week. Dating tips from Pornstars. And we've got video. So there's a good reason to go watch the video. And I already posted the video on the Patreon. So my Patreon folks know what's coming and know how cute this gal is. So Violet Voss is her name. And you'll get all her info at the end of the clip. And then we'll talk about the AVNs right after this little new bit that I am proud to bring you called Dating Tips from Pornstars.
What's your name?
Violet Voss.
Violet Voss. This is for another effing podcast, and this is Dating Tips from Pornstars.
Awesome.
All right, we all know confidence is king. Other than that, is it humor, looks, or money?
Oh my gosh. For me, it's humor and a little bit of money.
All right, the money always helps.
Yeah.
Is it important for the guy to make the first move?
Yes.
All right. Can you smell desperation?
I totally can.
And
I'm
I'm
a mile away.
I'm exuding it, I know. Are you text or call?
Depends, but normally text. Yeah.
All right. And how long do you wait to tell a guy what you do?
Oh,
Yeah.
How long? I think it depends on the guy, but normally I want them to know right away. That way there's no miscommunication or jealousy.
Smart. And where can people find you?
They can find me on X at XO Violet Voss and Instagram at Violet Voss XO.
The very first dating tips from Pornstars. Now, those 5 questions are the exact same 5 questions that I asked every single gal. And I'm going to tell you that there were some gals who may or may not have penises. I just went up to random booths, who was available, and hey, man, whatever. Good people, good content. That's all that matters. There was actually even one swingers couple that I did. These are all adult stars, and actually one of the gals with erection, the trans performers, and I know I'm making light of it, but I'm not. That may be somebody that's coming over to do the show, and I've done that before on this show. And that was actually one of my best interviews. So if you go back in the archives, you can find that. But the AVN experience, I did not get to go to the AVNs this year. We went last year. It's not part of the media coverage that you're allowed, which is fine. I did it last year and it was great. It was fun. I can say I went to the AVN Awards. It's one of those things. But, we went to the pre-party last year and there was free drinks and porn stars all over the place. And it was fucking cool. Me and Dawson hanging. This year was more fucking, I was helping Dawson out. He was getting interviews for the Corolla show. So it was work. And then, go check out the expo. But this year I was alone. And big, huge thank you, Mr. Brian. I'm not going to give out your last name because I don't want people annoying you. It was cool because I just walked around the expo for a couple hours on Thursday, just getting the lay of the land, checking it out, seeing where everything is, get my media badge, yada, yada, yada. And I went back on Friday and I got all of these interviews. That was cool. I mean, it's just crowds of people and porn stars. I did notice, and I don't know if it was the same guy. One of the guys was waiting in line, had a WWF championship belt. And the next day I saw an NXT champ. Why are you? I'm sorry. I am a fucking wrestling geek. I am a nerd. I admit it. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, when I had a winged eagle, I brought it across the country and did stupid photos with it, like with the eagle statue in Winslow, Arizona. I knew it was not going to get me laid. Why would you bring a WWF championship belt or an NXT? Why would you bring any wrestling belt to a porn convention? I didn't see anything about any wrestlers being there. Now, I may be wrong. There may have been ex-ECW gals there. Beulah did porn. I know Jasmine St. Clair wasn't there because I'm friends with her, and she said she wasn't going to be there. Well, why would you bring why would you walk around with, I've seen people walking around with them randomly in public. I did it as a bit. One, they're really heavy. I mean, heavy. Not like styrofoam light. These things are fucking leather and metal. They're heavy. I know this. But why are you walking around with them in public, not going to a wrestling event? And there's people that I know that think if you bring a belt to a wrestling event, you should be forced to defend it on the spot, which would be hilarious. And I know the joke has been made many times, but I still do find that funny. But why would you bring it to a porn convention? I don't know, man. Just cut it off. Just give up. I mean, I've given up. Yes, I know gals in the industry. There's no chance in hell they're going to have sex with me. Especially if I'm walking around with a world championship fucking wrestling belt. Strutting around, man. Hey, you do you. Because nobody else is going to. Trust me, I'm living proof. And I know this manly, pretty, handsome, stunning, good-looking man in front of you right now if you are watching the video. You would think I would have trim coming out of my pores. Nah, I don't have time. Or the money. Or the time. Mostly the money. But back to the thing that I'm talking about here. And now this is what I forgot to tell you guys. Now there was a consensus. And you're going to see this. All you single guys out there, you're going to notice this. And I'm pissed that Scotty from Canada, take off you hoser, gave me a great question, and that was after I was already done. But I can save that for next year because we can do this again next year with 21 different gals and 5 different questions. But the thing that you're going to realize and you're going to notice in these short little minute and a half interviews that I did, one, obviously you heard confidence is king. Chicks love confidence. They love a funny guy, and they don't like desperation. Desperate. They can smell it from a mile away. So that is what you need to take out of these interviews because those things are huge. Communication is important. And it's weird. A lot of them like the text message. They don't like the phone call, which is fine by me. Because I never answer my phone. Ever. I'm so bad my mother does not call me because I do not answer the phone. We text now and then and send boxer dog videos to each other on Facebook. That's how I talk to my mother. And I'm very excited to see her in a week. And, maybe we give some Patreon folks some Izzy mother coverage. Why not? You guys can meet my mom. I love my mom. My mom is the best. So that's where you're going to get out of these interviews. And it was fun. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I look forward to going back next year and doing the exact same thing. And, now that I've got this under my belt, and it was different last year with Dawson because we were just kind of wandering around. This year I was on a mission, and I didn't know what kind of content to get for the Patreon. But next year it'll be a lot better, and we'll get some It's going to be tough to get you guys live stuff on the cruises because I never have I never get the Wi-Fi package because that's wasted money. Because why would you want to sit on your phone when you're on a boat with like 45 bands that you want to see? And there's lots of alcohol. Even if you don't drink, get off your phone. I mean, unless you really, really need it for like work stuff. Dude, there's no reason. You turn the phone off. It is cathartic. You're not looking at your phone. I have mine on me, and I look at it because it's habit, and especially when you do fucking Instacart, because all you do is stare at your phone and just wait for an order. So that's all I do for fucking 10 to 12 hours a day for shit money. But that's not your problem. $ Izzy Presley. Cash App. Real Izzy Presley Venmo. I goof. I kid. So, yeah. So, I'll do my best to get you guys stuff, my Patreon folks, while we're on the boat, before we get on the boat, behind the scenes shit. As much as, because I don't want to, you just don't want to invade people's privacy. They got to be okay with it. And why does it looks like a wishbone. If you're watching this on video, look at this. Oh, my furrow. So there's that. Make sure you guys do check out all of the socials, $. I'm giving my fucking Cash App again. Sorry. Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All that kind of stuff is down below. The website will be up soon. If you are coming to Vegas to get married, I'm legal, baby. You can hire me. You can hire me anywhere in the country. Fly me there. Put me up and pay me, and I will officiate your wedding. Anywhere in the continental United States of America. And Alaska and Hawaii or on a cruise ship. Yeah, and I always forget to tell you guys this. I do have Cameo as well. So Cameo, I think Cameo is real. It's all Real Izzy Presley. That is where you can find me, just like on the Venmo. Except for the show page on Facebook, which is another effing podcast. New shirts are available, and I gotta remember to put the Teespring and the TeePublic links down there. So if you want to buy merch, and the thing that sucks, especially about TeePublic, is I make like $2 a fucking shirt. But hey, man, it is what it is. I don't sell enough merch to have it on hand and ship it out personally. If I did, I would fucking do it that way because I could actually make money on the stuff. But hey, it is what it is. And there is that. Now hold on and let me hit my outro music. All right, kids. This has been another edition of another effing podcast. I'm the host, Izzy Presley, the host of the program. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you if you watched the entire show, if you listened to the entire show, I appreciate that. I love you guys. Make sure you hit up all the socials. Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And of course, the show page is another effing podcast. And hit up those quote-unquote sponsors. Look at the links in the description. Support them. And support each other. We'll see everybody in Hollywood Wednesday night. And then back here to Vegas right away. Maybe right after the show. I don't know. We'll see. That drive at night really sucks. Who knows? Maybe I leave early in the morning, get a better piece of sleep after that. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm Izzy. See you next week.